G'day there. Ninja Panda says better fix it, home maintenance and repair. Hi, this business is for sale. That is the name, the logo, the email, the workshop trailer, the equipment, the tools are housed in it, and Ninja Panda. I'm making this video to make it easy for you to see and evaluate the uniqueness of my business. Often, profitability of my Better Fix It home maintenance and repair business was watered down because every job is different and I could not carry all my tools I needed in my van to cover every situation, that is. This meant invariably I had to down tools, drive back to my base and get what I needed to carry on. Unproductive dead time I could not charge my customers, which limited my income and became annoying. Being a typical engineer by trade, I set out to solve this cash leak by creating a carry-all trailer. Within the planning process, lots of benefits and unexpected improvements could be incorporated, which eventually made it into more of a mobile workshop. It was important for me to have a single axle, easy to move, closed-in trailer which allowed good access to 95% of my tools. A professional, unique workshop on wheels, which is Image. Able to increase charge-out time and hourly rate for carpentry work, electrical, plumbing and painting. A sign-written silent sales and lead generator as I travel along the road, which is free marketing. The majority of tools and equipment with me on every job, which means I don't have to struggle. A hub of working options at my disposal, a fast pack up and go when rain threatened, which is quite often. Tools secure in a lockable environment and small enough to park in a standard garage at home. Best of all, my tools and equipment have a home. My car is always clean and safe for me to take my grandson to soccer. Lastly but not least, I charge my full time out and my brain is clear to focus on the job with less stress. I love it. My clients tell me they love it. So will you. So I'll show you what tools are included and demonstrate how simple it is to operate. Hi there, my name's Wayne Sutton from Better Fix It Home Maintenance and Repair. I've been working a number of years in this business and I found the biggest hassle is taking all the tools out on the job that you need and being able to access them easily without taking time that you can't charge your client. So here are all the tools that I have in this van, and you'll see the process and the ease of which you can actually pull them out and operate. Okay, so what do I have in the boxes? I have spray suits, G-clamps, sealants, brushes and rollers, nibblers and electrical equipment, screws, nuts and bolts, cleaning, plaster tools, plaster tape and stuff, roof ladder, sanding blocks, crowbars, levels and electrical gear, and a tent system and a saw that operates off the vehicle, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. Okay, back again. We need cleaning equipment to be able to clean your hands because you may not be able to get in the house to clean. You've got all your saws, your chainsaws, your battery grinders and your drills and your battery equipment, your sanders, your spray gun, and I have bits and pieces in these boxes as an overflow, and these ones I would leave in my garage and only take out when I need. When we come to this section here, it's important for me to do carpentry work, electrical, plumbing and painting. And so I have a separate belt that fits around my waist here that I can click on. It just clicks on in place and away I go. These here are screws and nuts and bolts. This here, if I'm just exploring, I go in with just a bag. I've got my Kango hammer, my nail gun, my protection when I'm actually doing tree work or digging or stuff like that. We have a metal saw, which I'll show you how that works shortly. We've also got equipment here that attaches to the side of the vehicle to enable us to have a roller system for taking wood directly to the saw, and we've got a vacuum system that actually sucks up all the dust and stuff so that you're not having to sweep up somebody's yard. Okay, the big thing is to be able to carry big sheets of jib board which will go directly right out to here. So this is how I do it. I just place those on there and one up the other end, and now I can push the sheet up against here where I will have 4x2 and rests here and comes out to about here. And I've got a roller system to be able to assist you, and that's the main thing for contracting. Okay, this is a sheet of ply which I've waterproofed and cut niches out so I don't have to tie it down. The objective is to whoa, a lot of noise. Okay, so they go on there. I have these two laminated bits of planking that fits on here, and I have a bolt that just goes straight through there and holds it in place. Just needs a bit of persuasion. Now I've got the ability to create a system where I can cut wood, but then the next best thing is this. I think this is just fantastic. Now remember, I'm out on the job on my own, so I need something quick and easy like I've got here now. So I've got my bench, and I can do doors. Okay, so now I need to cut the wood or whatever, or the steel. I've got a vise on here. I've got my saw, which I can cut all my angles, and I'm going to mount that on the front of the trailer. Okay, so now I'm locking the bench in place. So the big thing with this trailer for me is to be able to go away on holidays as well. So I've got a ball there, so I can put my bikes on, and here's my vacuum cleaner so I don't leave a mess. I'll go around so you can see. And I just do up the bolt, which I'm not going to do at the moment, but that just drops on there in place, and I put a bolt through so that it stays in place so I don't have to, I can travel with it with my cover over. The other thing about this area here is to be able to put bags of Quikrete and cement and all sorts of stuff like that, but I also have the ability to put ladders on here. So the next thing we'll do is we'll put ladders on. Okay, so all I want to do is clip the ladder on. This one's a bit heavier, it's a bigger one. Okay, so there's my ladders in place ready to clamp on. I've got the vacuum, I've got my vise, I've got my saw. I can carry bikes if I want. I can cut wood. I can cut steel. Now here's my metal cut-off saw. I find, being an engineer by trade, I need one for sure. So I just flick that off, put it over there, bolt it in a position here, and I'm done. Okay, the next thing is my tent system, which I think is really great fun. I'll get up here and do it, might be easier. And then I just Allen key that in there and do it up. What happens here is this undoes and comes out right out to here, and I've got sandbags that go on each end, and I cord it down from the straight out veranda type cover and hold it down to the sandbags. Okay, I've broken the trailer up into sections, and what I've done here is put my engineering side here with my bins for various bits and pieces that I need all the time, and underneath I have two Lazy Susies, and these spin round and house all the boxes. Now I'm going to load them in. I have them colour coded. I don't know whether they're right at this time, but it doesn't matter, we'll put them all in. Okay, now we're around the back end, and we have another Lazy Susie, and we have all my tools here again. I find it really, really handy. May seem a bit geeky, but the reality is it works. I know where everything is, and I can operate it no trouble at all. I've got my clamps, saw. I screw the saw in so it's not going to run away, but it's just undo one small screw and that's it. The other thing is here are the latches. And then I'll load up this side. Engineers are famous for overdoing things. I'm a minimalistic engineer. Okay, so they don't move, and that's all done, and I'll clamp the other one off. These Lazy Susies just pop straight out. They've only got a peg in the centre, and when this lifts up, you can drop them out very easy, so the whole van is completely free. And this is a foam, double-sided metal building material. It's fantastic. I just have rails to hold it in and one screw up the other end, that's it. These here are tracks for a pull-out system for my tools, which I'm going to show you next. This to me is the absolute creme de la creme for working out on the job. I can put all my tools in there. And so I have a roller system, two lots of rollers, and this is free here with just a buffer pad. That rolls in and out, and I can put all my tools on there, and I'll do that shortly, but there's other tools I need to put in before I do that. Okay, I find these things an absolute pain. They roll all over the place, so all I do is just poke it up against the end. I can put lots of other things on it. Here we go. The next things is paper towels, rags, wet wipes, and I just put them straight in here. Okay, we'll go back to the drop saw now, and I'll finish off there because I'm packing some of the stuff away. This is my extension that goes underneath here. I won't put it in because it'll take too much by the time we fluff around and load it all up. But this goes on it with a roller. Okay, I'm taking off a roller here so that I can actually put it into here. For your timber out the other end. Here I have a magic tree chopper. It is just incredible. You don't push it to cut, you actually pull, and that just chops the tree down like you wouldn't believe. Okay, the nail gun and the Kango hammer, or whatever you call it, in that goes. Now my nail and screw boxes, I just put in here, and I've got a bungee Okay, here we go. We're going to load the tools in roughly the priority of use, or the amount of use. So the electric disc grinder isn't used so much in the planer. The electric skill saw, the battery skill saw, the Panasonic batteries, and the little hammer drill. The battery disc grinder is just awesome. And my really great tool, this one. Battery chargers, I just put them out of the way. Now my belt holder and bits and pieces, I just throw those on top. No, there's nowhere easy to put them. So the nail gun, grinding blades, cut-off blades and stuff like that, I just put them in here with my plumbing kit. Now you'll notice here I've got boxes. Some have got bits and pieces in. This one here has got my spray gun in. I only take those when I really need them. I could jam them in, but what's the point? Now as you can see, I've put bits and pieces in here that I've been using regularly. My last job I was using a lot of long screws and bits and pieces, so I've left them there because I've got to go back and do that job anyway. The next thing is, I'll just put that out of the way there. I put my hand toolbox there. So cleaning up after you're on the job's pretty important, so I just put that down here. Now, if I want to work, I haven't got a bench because I've filled it in there, but if I do this, now I can play around with drills and so on. I've put non-slip material in here so things don't shoot all over the place, but on here I might put a thin piece of timber, that's about all. So all in all, we are all set to go. Okay, so I've got all my tools back. I've got my screwdrivers and chisels and punches and small files, and everything's at my fingertips. I've got a shelf wherever I need it to actually work on, especially here. Okay, when you get into a factory like we are now, you can lose light, and I found it's really annoying. So I've got myself a pole. I'm not going to put it right up, but in essence it goes on top of there and gives me all the light that I need. And in between time, I can put that on here, and then I can carry long gutters. Okay, I forgot to put this in, and so I put this in now and hang it up. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're packing up. That's it. Okay, this is good night to the engineering side of my business, and that's all secure. I'll probably have to go home and wash it because it's been out in the rain today. I've got the racks here bolted down. Everything's in, and I say good night to the woodworking and the electrical, and I leave these on. And I always give my client one of these. In fact, they ask me, what have you got that I can give to a friend? Because I've got lots of people that would like some work done. So I've got that waterproofed. And then here, I've just put a cover over everything there, and the vacuum cleaner, I don't need to, but it's a wet and dry vacuum cleaner. The ladders are all strapped in, and I'm all set to go home. So it's been wonderful presenting my fun product here. You can go on to my site and learn more. And I wish you all the success in your ventures if you're endeavouring to do something in the home maintenance and repair area.